calculating seasonal indices and the seasonalized figures of sales. So this example involves in the sales figure for Mickey's shop over a period of 3 years, and we want to find out the seasonal indices, and after that we want to find out the seasonalized sales figure. And this example is from the Cambridge textbook, and since it involves 3 years and each season, so we need to make sure we get the seasonal indices for each year, and from there on we average all the seasons. All right, so let's do this first. So to do that, so the TI is your best friend, the CAS calculator. All right, let me change my screen to the CAS calculator. All right, now I've entered the first column, or the first year. I'm going to do the same thing for the second year as well too. So that is for the second year. I've entered my data. So the next thing I have to do is get the average figures. So to do that, just put the equal sign and put the equal sign. That's right there. So cell 5, put the equal sign, which is down there. Press menu, data, list math, mean. So we want to get the average. So I want to get the average. So you can just put A1. So because that cell is A1 and that is A4. So we need to put a colon in between the colon. So press the catalog. That's your catalog. And if you don't know where the colon is, you press that window and click that. That's what we need. So we need to write also A4. From A4 we are averaging from A1 to A4 and press enter. We're going to do the same thing again here, and you put the equal sign, press menu, data, math list, mean, and we do the same thing again. So this time it's B. So that cell was A. This cell, this column is B. That column is C. So we're going to say B1. We're going to get the column, which is down there. B4. So we average that. So we're going to do the same thing again. So again, the mean, this time C1 to C4. All right, we have averaged that. So I want to get the seasonal index for each year. So I'm going to say SI1. So I'm going to say SI1 for the first year. So now to get the seasonal index is the actual over the average. So this is your average, actual figure over the average figure. So that's how you get the seasonal index. So put the equal sign, and now that's going to be cell 1. So it's A1 divided by A5. So that was A5. This cell is A5. So there we go. We get it. So we're going to do the same thing again. So this time it's A2 divided by A5. A5 is the average. So we're going to do the same thing again. Put the equal sign. A3 this time. A4 this time. I think I missed A1. No, I missed A1. Yep, I missed A1. So that was supposed to be A1. A5. This is supposed to be A2. And that is supposed to be A3. And That must be A4 now. So put the equal sign, A4 divided by A5. Alright, we're going to do the same thing again. So that was the seasonal index for the first year. We're going to do the same thing for the seasonal index for the second year again. Seasonal index for the second year. Yep. Alright. So this time it's going to be B1 divided by B5, because that column was B. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again. SI3 this time. Cell 3 is actually the C, A, B, C. That's going to be C. C1 divided by C5. Alright, we've done that. So the next thing we have to do is, remember that the first one is actually summer, autumn, winter, and spring. So when I average all the summer, so we're going to say average all the seasonal index. Alright. So we're just going to put the equal sign. So that's going to be the average of and D1. So we're going to say the mean. Again, the mean is menu data. So menu data list math. That's where the mean is, if you want to average it. So put the bracket there. So it starts from D1, the colon, and F1. Alright, you can do fill, menu, data, fill. So you can just fill it, and it does for you if that works for you. Alright, now we've actually entered, we've got all the seasonal indices for that year. So we have averaged all the seasonal indices. So that's going to be D1, E, and F. Yep. We've averaged all those. So the next thing we have to do is, so that is the seasonal indices. And the next thing we have to do is, alright, the next thing we have to do is just to make sure we write all our seasonal indices, what we got from the calculator, which was, those are the figures we got. And the next one was, so if you add all this, they add up to 4. If you add all these numbers, all the seasonal indices, they add up to 4. So now, to get the seasonal index, it is the actual figure over the average. So remember, we got the average. So now, the next thing we have to do is Deseasonalized for all figures. So that was actual over the seasonal index. So what we need to do is for summer, all the summer ones for all the different years, we need to all the summer. So this is our actual figures divided by the seasonal index. So that's how we get it. So now if I want to get the seasonalized figure, I'll form a table again for all summer. So Y1, summer, autumn, winter, and spring. So all the summer seasonal indices as you obtain from the calculator. So U1, U2, U3. So now the actual figure was 920 divided by the seasonal index, and that gives us 893. And you do the same thing for the second year again. So that's how you do it. And we do the same thing again for the following year as well too. So that's going to give us for all the autumn. So the first year was 1085 over 1.15. We do the same thing again. 1180 over 1.15, 1324, 1.15, and so on. So that's how we do it. So that gives us a figure of 1. If we go back to our calculator, the figures we had before from the calculator, let's keep that one. So these are the seasonal indices. So these were the actual figures, and the seasonalized, so seasonal indices. So these are the ones you actually, this is summer, autumn, winter, and spring. So that's what we're doing. You do the same thing for winter as well too. So 1241 over the seasonal index of winter, 1.13, 1.3. And we do that the following year as well, the second year. Alright, so this is how you do it. So you make sure you get the seasonal indices if there's more than 1 year, average all the seasons, and from there on to get the deseasonalized, you need to get the actual figure. These are our actual figures over the seasonal index. Alright, that's